Welcome back to the Decent Garage. In today's video, we need to put our new Kenda tires to the ultimate test and tow with them. We're gonna pick up a trailer for the guy I'm building the Ultimate American Truck build for, and we're gonna pick up another project truck while we're out there. We're going all the way to East Kansas. Hopefully we don't run into any issues, but we'll be reviewing the tires along the way, and then we'll throw the HD tires on and compare the two. Let's hit the road. All right, so I had to work half the day today, so now we are headed out. 14 hours to Kansas, 14 hours back. Let's hit the road. I'll tell you about these tires, and I'll show you the new truck that we're picking up. Kenda's been around for a while, but what's cool is that about 11 years ago, they started engineering and testing right here in the US at the Kenda American Technical Center in Ohio. They've gone through every major segment: highway, all-terrain, mud-terrain, building and testing these tires here for the US market. The goal's been simple: premium performance at a value price. One of Kenda's taglines is podium to pavement, and they mean it. It's not just a marketing line. Kenda actually backs up their truck tire performance in the Championship Off-Road Series. The same AT2, RT, and MT tires that consumers buy are the ones drivers race on. One of the things they notice is their tires hit more diesel trucks, especially ones with torque like this, was premature wear under heavy load. So their engineers developed a special HD compound built to handle diesel torque and towing. That's the next step for me. I'll be swapping the HDs for a similar trip and doing a real-world comparison. We are in Rawlins, Wyoming. I don't know how far that is, but the trip's going smoothly. The truck's running great. But one thing, I was hesitant to take this truck on the trip. A few videos ago, we did the KDP and the front timing case on the truck, and I think there's bigger issues up there than what I saw initially, and this thing's leaking bad. So I've got plenty of oil, but it's a bad oil leak. Probably should have found another truck to take, but it's gonna make it. I'll just have to keep it topped off with oil, but I'm just gonna check all the fluids right now, check the power steering fluid, the oil, coolant, and wiper fluid, make sure we're good to go, and then we'll be back on the road again. So I'll explain about this a little bit, but I'm pretty sure something, whether it's a case bolt or a KDP, something at some point has dropped in the crankcase, because we're leaking oil worse than prior to doing the KDP. And when I got under there and really looked at it, I noticed there were a couple spots where it looked like someone did a horrible job either welding or brazing or something on the edge of the case. And that explains probably a little bit as to why the cover of the case was bent when we did the front main seal. So I think that's the issue. Oil still looks good as far as the level goes, but let me show you how it's spewing out. So this has been sitting here for just a matter of a couple minutes, and that's how much there is. And then come up in here and you can see it's just coming out like nothing else. And then there's spots on the dually fender a little bit. So I'm just taking my time, checking the oil probably every couple hours, make sure we don't get low on oil. And we should be fine, but we have some issues to address on this truck for sure. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think we should do? I need a reliable truck. I've got everything to build the OG crew cab, but I'm trying to finish everything on the Ultimate American Truck build before SEMA. Fat and Sassy's been great, but even though the odometer says 186,000 miles, my buddy and I ran the Carfax on it, and it has close to 500,000 miles. It doesn't have any blow by, but I think that's why, you know, stuff's just leaking. I do like having a second gen, but I need a reliable truck for now. I've thought about looking into a third gen. I don't want to spend a ton of money, but third gens now, I've seen them for $5,000 to $8,000. They've got little issues, but they seem to be good runners still. So I don't know what I should do. I'm just all over the place. Let me know in the comments, what do you think we should do? I need some help. All right, we made it to North Platte, Nebraska. got a hotel, pick up the trailer in the morning, so I'll show you guys that. But here's the status of our oil leak. No good. I'm just keeping an eye on the levels, putting oil in every time I stop, but not good. So I'm gonna hit the sack. We'll see you in the morning. All right, it's the next morning. Didn't sleep great, but that's okay. That's what happens on a road trip. We gotta check the oil. It's been sitting all night. It's gonna give us a true reading of the level. Let me show you underneath. It is not good, guys. That is our current oil leakage from sitting all night. Man, it says it is full. I don't get it. Don't believe it. I did add some oil just right before we got here last night, so that may be why it's full, but that's what I'm doing, just topping it off as we go. I'm hoping I can limp it through the trip. Gotta go pick up the trailer now, so let's head over there. I'll show you that. It's a pretty sweet trailer, but it is not mine, unfortunately. All right, here we are to get the trailer here in North Platte. So again, this is actually Joker's trailer, the guy who I'm building the Ultimate American Truck Build for. He bought a brand new trailer to pull around the country with the Ultimate American Truck Build. So it's gonna be a good looking rig going down the road with this. It's a big old gooseneck enclosed, feather light, so it's aluminum, pretty dang nice. So let's hook her up and hit the road. All right, the trailer's hooked up, double, triple checked everything. Oh, this trailer is nice. Nicer than anything I'll ever own. We're gonna head 4 more hours into the middle of nowhere in Kansas and pick up a truck. Let me know if you think you know what it is. So what I'm hoping with the whole oil situation is that this dually fender blocks all the oil that sprays back and we don't cake the brand new trailer, but I'm not too optimistic about that. I think we're gonna get oil on the trailer and have to really wash it off. Such is life. So I just got on the freeway. It's actually towing really well and the truck feels better now that the trailer is hooked up as far as the steering goes. But I realized, I forgot, we need to air up the tires a little bit on the truck. Kenda recommended we run 80 pounds in the rear and 55 to 60 in the front. So I'm gonna pull off here at the next gas station and we're gonna air up the tires real quick. But so far so good. I mean, even without the tires aired up, feels really good. I don't know if it's the tires or the suspension or whatever, but the tires feel great actually. It's tracking straight down the road, which is really nice because last night without the trailer, it was not. But I don't know. I think these tires are pretty good for the truck. Maybe by the time we get home, we'll see how they've worn just a little bit, how we put, I don't know, 1,000 miles on them loaded and towing a trailer. So now, regardless of the brand of tire that you're using, there's 2 things that are really important. One is tire pressure, and the second one is rotating the tires. If you drive around with these at 80 PSI as a daily driver, you're gonna wear out the center section of the tread because they're gonna be overinflated for a daily driver. So my preference is, if I'm daily driving the truck, I like to have 45 to 50 PSI in the front and 35 to 40 PSI in the rear. You may vary in your preference, but please don't run 80 PSI if you're just daily driving. Now, if you're towing, definitely you want to be up closer to that 80 PSI mark to help the tread wear more evenly. And as I mentioned, the second thing is tire rotations. When the tires are newer and you have more tread and the rubber is more pliable, you want to rotate the tires more frequently. Kenda recommends every 5,000 miles, regardless of what brand of tire it is. So I plan on doing that with these tires, keeping them rotated frequently so that the tread wears evenly and I don't ruin them by having some weird wear patterns on the tire. So keep those 2 things in mind with any tire that you're running on these diesel trucks. All right, we are just about to pull up where the new project's at. So you'll get a first look as well. I've never seen it either, at least in person. So should be pretty sweet. Update, fan chassis running really well despite the oil leak. I am suspicious that the leak is not as bad as it looks, because I keep checking the oil, and from North Platte to here, which has been 4 hours, the oil level has almost not even changed. It's maybe a tiny bit. So I think it does. I think it's a lot of it is just it drips and then it gets blown all over the undercarriage. And then when I stop for the night, the undercarriage just drips it off. So anyways, definitely an issue we need to address, but I don't think it's quite as bad as it looks. So I think we'll be fine making it home. So let's go check out this truck. You're gonna like this, and it's gonna be sweet. We got the truck. Greg was awesome. He actually reached out to me last January, I think, this past January. Said his brother had that truck, saw that I was building a swift line for the wife, and asked if I wanted to buy it. So I've had that lined up for 8-9 months now. Finally getting out here to get it. Also, update on the oil leak. It looks horrible, but it's actually not as bad as it looks. The oil level's staying pretty good in the engine. Really not having to put too much in there. So here it is, 1970 crew cab long bed, 2-wheel drive. It will go on a different chassis. It won't stay on this chassis, and it is pretty dang clean. Thanks so much to Greg. He hooked me up with this. It was his brother's truck. Really glad he reached out to me about it, and this project will be in line with all the other ones. So now we start the trek back. We've gone about 40 minutes from picking up the truck. Stopped at Walmart to get a few things. Got 14 hours left to get back. What do you think? We gonna make it? The truck is steadily making its way, doing fine, but who knows what we'll run into. Also, a little update on the Kenda tires with towing. They feel really good. Again, it's hard to tell with a truck, especially an older truck, what factor is playing into the drivability and the ride, but so far I'm impressed. They look like they're wearing just fine. So that's so far how they're wearing. So we'll look at them when we get home, obviously after about 1,000 miles. Looking pretty good. I like them. Back in North Platte, which is where we started off from this morning, but now we've got a trailer and a truck. Fat and Sassy's running great. Just set the cruise at 70 and it just goes. Still puking oil, but doing good. So it's getting dark. I'm gonna rest. Got me a blizzard. I always have a blizzard, and gonna rest for a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna keep pushing through as late as I can, but I won't be able to film much because in the dark it just doesn't work that way filming. So we'll see where we end up by the time the sun comes up, and hopefully we're home tomorrow sometime. We're on the home stretch. I stayed the night last night in Cheyenne, Wyoming, so I've got about 8 hours left. Fat and Sassy is just running great, not skipping a beat, knock on wood. So let's hit the road, get home, unload the truck. I want to show you guys this trailer. Again, it's not mine, but it's cool to see what a really nice trailer looks like inside. So let's get home. So you saw I pulled up on dead traffic here on the freeway. And apparently there's a rollover in construction way up ahead. I've been sitting here for 45 minutes now. A trucker just walked up, and I don't know how he has this information, probably from his CB radio or something. He said it's going to be another 5 hours before they open up. And I got to get back. So no one else is flipping in the median. I don't know why. Maybe they think it's going to open up quicker. I don't know. But the median's obviously kind of the ditch. But right here, it's actually elevated almost as if it could be, you know, they could have been making one of those little bypass things. So I might walk up there, check that out. Obviously, I don't want to do anything stupid and do any damage to the trailer or get the truck and trailer stuck. So I might go scout it out and see. It sucks. About 100 yards behind me, there is one of those turnarounds. But again, I've been watching it. No one's turning around. I don't know. I don't get it. So, because if I can turn around and backtrack about 15 miles, I can go south and go another way. That's a little bit longer, but it would get me home way quicker than sitting here for 5 more hours. So I'm gonna go check it out and see if it's doable. All right, guys, I'm doing it. I went up there. It's just all nice and flat and grassy. Best decision of the trip right there. Yeah, there's a median right here. No one's turning around. I don't get it. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit, head south through Vernal, and get home maybe an hour or two later than expected, but at least I'm not getting home during the middle of the night, which is what would be the case had I waited there. Well, we made it home late last night. Luckily, no issues on the trip. Well, besides the oil leak, let me show you that. The truck at this point looks like it's a two-tone truck. There it is. So it is definitely drenched in oil. Some got back here under the trailer, but the trailer definitely, it got dirty anyway. So we're gonna have to give the trailer a really good detail, get it looking new again. But let's get the truck out of the back. I'll show you that. I didn't film much of the property or show you that much because I didn't want to do that in front of him. So let's pull it out and I'll show you the truck. That was a lot of work to get that out of there. The rear axle is locked up. You can see the skid marks So we got it. Here it is, 1970, I believe. Crew cab long bed swept line. There we go. Here's the inside. So it's got a little bit of rust right here. The rockers, especially the rear rockers on both sides, have rust. That's probably the worst spots. The floorboards just a little bit, and then the bed floor has some rotting too. And the tailgate where the hinge is at, but the cab's in pretty good shape. I mean, the crew cabs are just so hard to find, especially in this color. Oh, it's even got the key in it. I don't know what motor's in it. Well, something. Half of it's gone. I can tell you that's a V8. That's about all I know. Up here, engine bay looks quite clean. Drip rail looks good. It needs a new windshield. One of the wipers went through it somehow. As far as dents go, there really are not many. You can see the reflection off of that. Very clean as far as dents go, but here's the tailgate I was saying. That's got some rust too. Really cool truck. Now, I've got to clean the trailer. Look at this mess from towing an old truck home. Remember, this is a brand new trailer. So I feel horrible, but Joker, who owns this, told me just use it. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to clean it out as good as I can. Get it looking brand spanking new again. Well, we did it. A successful road trip. Fat and Sassy struggled as far as the oil leak goes, but she made the trip, which is awesome. It was good to put some miles on the new Kenda tires. I really liked them. It did seem to take a couple hundred miles for them to kind of settle in. The steering and the tracking were way better on the return trip than on the way out there. And I assume that's probably because the tires wore in a little bit, and maybe also because there was a load in the trailer. But I'm really optimistic about the Kenda tires. I'm gonna put them on all my trucks. We'll get more mileage and I'll give you more information and my thoughts on them as we go throughout the next year or two. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. We've got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna head back to the shop and start working.